Sorry.
So where's your identification, sir? Because it would have been real easy just to give me the ID. Can I see some ID, please?
Under
Put the bicycle down.
what did
Put
I
the
do?
bicycle
What
down.
crime did I commit?
I will explain it to you once you give me your identification, please.
Stop! Before you say anything to police, watch this. Because one sentence can either protect you or get you in trouble. You're walking down the street. Nothing unusual, just another normal day. Then you hear it. Hey, you stop right there. Your heart skips. You turn. Two officers are walking toward you, eyes locked in. One already has his hand near his radio. And right now, what you say next could either protect you or make your situation 10 times worse. Because here's the truth most people don't realize. You are not always required to answer police questions. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 10 most important things you should say or do if police stop and question you on the street. Real words, real scenarios, the kind of moments that decide everything. Stay with me, because knowing this could protect your freedom. Let's get into it. Before we go anywhere further, comment where in the world you're watching from, and make sure to subscribe, because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. Am I free to leave? This is the most important sentence you need to remember. If an officer approaches you, don't panic. Don't start explaining yourself. Don't try to act innocent. Instead, calmly ask, "Officer, am I free to leave?" Simple, clear, powerful. Because this question forces the officer into a legal position, let's hear how it plays out. "Officer, where are you coming from?" You. "Officer, am I free to leave?" "Officer, why? What's the rush?" You. "I just want to know if I'm being detained or if I'm free to go." At this moment, one of two things happens. If the officer says, "You're free to go," you walk away. Calmly, no sudden moves, no attitude. But if they say, "No, you're being detained," now everything changes. And that brings us to the next step. If you are detained, if you are officially detained, your job is not to talk your way out. Your job is to protect yourself. Stay calm. Keep your hands visible. Do not argue. And most importantly, stop talking. You have the right to remain silent. Here's what that sounds like in real life. "Officer, where were you just now?" You. "I choose to remain silent." "Officer, if you didn't do anything wrong, why not just answer?" You. "I'm exercising my right to remain silent." That's it. No long explanations. No emotional reactions. Because here's the trap. The more you talk, the more chances you give them to use your words against you. Even innocent statements can be twisted. So once you're detained, silence is your shield. Identification. What do you have to say? Now this is where things get tricky. In some places, you may be required to identify yourself if lawfully detained. But that doesn't mean you have to answer every question. Let's break it down with a scenario. "Officer, what's your name?" You. "My name is," you say your name. "Officer, where do you live?" You. "I'm choosing to remain silent." "Officer, where are you going?" You. "I'm choosing to remain silent." See the difference? You provide what is legally required, but nothing extra. Because casual questions are not casual. They're designed to build a narrative. And once that narrative starts forming, it can be very hard to undo. So remember, identify if required, but don't volunteer information. If you learned something today, subscribe, because the next time this happens, it won't be a video, it'll be real life. Searches. Know this line. This might be the second most important sentence in this entire video. If an officer asks to search you, your bag, or your pockets, say, "I do not consent to any searches." Say it clearly. Say it calmly. Here's how it sounds. "Officer, mind if I take a quick look in your bag?" You. "I do not consent to any searches." "Officer, if you've got nothing to hide, it shouldn't be a problem." You. "I do not consent to any searches." Notice something? You're not arguing. You're not accusing. You're simply stating your rights. Because if you say yes, even casually, you've just given them permission. And once you give consent, it becomes very hard to challenge that search later. Even if they search anyway, your refusal matters. It protects you legally. Don't run even if you're scared. Let's be real. When police approach unexpectedly, your instincts might tell you to leave quickly or even run. Don't. Running immediately escalates the situation. Here's what it can look like. Officer, hey, stop. You start walking faster. Now the tone changes. Officer, stop right now. Suddenly, what could have been a simple interaction turns into suspicion. Even if you've done nothing wrong, running gives officers a reason to pursue, question, and possibly detain you. So stay calm, stay in control, use your words, not your feet. Keep your hands visible. This might seem small, but it matters more than you think. Officers are trained to watch hands. Hidden hands create tension instantly. So don't put your hands in your pockets suddenly. Don't make quick movements. Instead, keep your hands where they can be seen. If you need to reach for something, say it first. Officer, I'm going to reach into my pocket for my ID. This reduces risk for both you and the officer, and it keeps the situation from escalating unnecessarily. Don't try to outsmart the officer. Some people think they can talk their way out with clever answers. Sarcasm, jokes, half-truths. That's a mistake. Here's an example. Officer, have you had anything illegal on you tonight? You define illegal. That might sound smart, but it won't help you. It can irritate the officer and make the situation worse. Instead, stay neutral, stay respectful, stay controlled. You're not there to win an argument. You're there to protect yourself, witnesses, and recording. If possible, being in a public place with witnesses can help keep interactions accountable. And in many situations, you are allowed to record, but do it the right way. Don't shove a camera in the officer's face. Instead, calmly hold your phone and say, I'm recording for my safety. If the officer objects, officer, turn that off. I'm recording in a public space for my safety. Stay calm, no confrontation. Recording can protect you, but only if you do it respectfully. Never resist physically, even if you believe the officer is wrong, even if you feel disrespected, do not resist. Because the street is not where you win that fight. Here's what it can sound like. Officer, turn around, put your hands behind your back. I do not consent, but I will comply. That sentence is powerful. You are making it clear you disagree, but you are not escalating. Any resistance, even slight, can be used to justify force. So, comply physically, challenge legally later. Ask for a lawyer. If things escalate further, this is your final line of defense. Say it clearly. I want a lawyer. And once you say that, stop talking completely. Here's how it plays out. Officer, we just want to ask a few questions. I want a lawyer. Officer, this will go easier if you talk. I want a lawyer. No matter what they say next, you do not engage. Because once you ask for a lawyer, questioning should stop. And anything you say after that can still be used against you. Putting it all together. Let's bring this into one clean scenario. You're walking. Officer approaches. Officer, hey, where are you coming from? Am I free to leave? Officer, no, you're being detained. I choose to remain silent. Officer, what's your name? You provide it if required. Officer, mind if I search your bag? I do not consent to any searches. Officer, why are you being difficult? I'm exercising my rights. Officer, turn around. I do not consent, but I will comply. And if it continues, I want a lawyer. That's it. No panic, no guessing, no mistakes. Most people don't get into trouble because they're guilty. They get into trouble because they don't know their rights in the moment that matters. When pressure hits, when authority is in front of you, when your instincts start taking over, that's when preparation wins. So remember this. Freedom doesn't start when you walk away. Freedom starts with knowing if you're free to go. And sometimes the strongest thing you can say is nothing at all. If this helped you, stay sharp, because the more you know, the harder it is for anyone to take advantage of you. Stay aware, stay calm, and always protect your rights. Just control